Hi, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Lebo Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TbT and Ace.
Welcome to episode 169. I am TbT. That guy over there is Ace. This is the Weekly Pour podcast. As you just saw, it's the unfortunate news that by now just about everybody knows. Not the way anybody wants to kick off an episode of a podcast, especially one that we have so much fun on. But unfortunately, as you saw, we lost Three Doors Down lead singer and founder, Brad Arnold, just 4 days ago due to what he's been going through as he battled cancer. That news was a huge shock to the majority of the rock world. Anybody that's ever known Brad Arnold or listened to Three Doors Down, this affected people. This affected people in such a different way than some of the people that we've lost in the past, year or two, including Ozzy and even go as far back as Lemmy. This was a different thing. This is a different generation.
Right.
And then I think that's huge. So if you didn't know, Brad Arnold was only 47 years old when he succumbed to stage 4 clear cell renal cell carcinoma, which is basically a type of kidney cancer that he was diagnosed with back just last year in 2025. So this wasn't a battle that he knew about, that he was going to have to fight for a long time. If you remember, we talked about this long time ago when he actually came out with the diagnosis, put a video out on all of his social medias and telling everybody what was going on. They had to cancel the tour. This was, part of the tour that we got to see. I guess it was in 2024, maybe
44. Yes. With Creed.
Yeah. With Creed. And you brought this up just before we went on air, which it didn't resonate with me at the time, but that's literally the reason that I wanted to go to that concert. I love Creed. Yeah. But I've been following Three Doors Down for, golly, 20 some years. I actually sent you a photo of
where you
Mrs. TbT when we had met Brad Arnold at a concert, not his concert. It wasn't even a Three Doors Down show at all. We were there. I was looking at some of the other photos that were in that because I had a pack of all of them together. Yes, these are photos that you actually hold. But this was Cinderella, Winger, Faster Pussycat, and I can't remember. Oh, and Poison. So this was like an 80s freaking rock band night of everybody. And what a great night. We show up. We're probably, I don't know, 8th row back from the stage, and we start talking to a guy that's next to us. Keep in mind, this is in Mobile, Alabama. So we're down south watching this show. And the guy sitting next to me, Mrs. TbT, and a friend that went with us, he's like, oh man, he maybe just a little bit inebriated, asking, who you guys here to see and blah, blah, blah. And, at the time, of course, it was, hey, I'm here to see Poison and love Cinderella. And Faster Pussycat had just went into their goth stage. and of course Winger, loving Reb Beach. And he's like, did you know just a couple rows up, 3 doors down's here? And we're like, oh, that's cool. You drunk? What's up? And he's like, come on, I know him. Let's go meet him. I'll introduce you guys. And I was like, okay, who am I to say no? So I grabbed Mrs. TbT and we walk up here with this guy. The absolute nicest group of guys for a drunk dude bringing up strangers to say, hey, they wanted to meet you. Got the
I
opportunity.
wanted them to meet you.
Yeah, exactly. We got the opportunity to talk to all of the members there for a while. And then I asked Brad if he wouldn't mind taking a picture, and he obliged. He was, it seemed to be more than just a, yeah, sure. It was like, oh, absolutely. Come on. And the picture I showed you has my wife, Mrs. TbT, with Brad Arnold, and then that drunk dude in the middle. Because,
Well, that's who that is.
yeah, drunk dude wouldn't step away. So, but still, that moment, you even asked, you're like, oh, didn't you get a picture? And I'm like, no, somebody had to take the photo. This wasn't grab your phone and take selfies back in 2000.
And you didn't trust the drunk guy.
Absolutely not. He probably would have dropped it and smashed it, and we wouldn't have this one piece of what is now a moment in time with someone that we absolutely loved.
You know what's kind of interesting though about that era of bands that 3 Doors Down is with, and you look at Brad Arnold, I'm not saying anything negative, but he's a bit unassuming. I don't know if you'd pick him out in the crowd. Like if Tom Kiefer walked down an aisle in the middle of a crowd, he would stand out.
Yeah,
because he's got the hair and probably dresses a certain way, and
right,
that kind of thing. But bands like 3 Doors Down and of that era, Nirvana, even, those guys are kind of unassuming. You would have to know them. So think of how they thought they might be mingling in. No one knows us here. No one would expect us to be here at this Cinderella, Winger, Poison, Faster Pussycat show.
Well, and that's the thing. You're exactly right, because when we went up there, it wasn't like we had to fight through a crowd. It was just, hey, we were obviously there at the concert early enough when the doors opened, and we just, walked up the aisle, 2 aisles up, not 3, 2 aisles up, and we go to the aisle in front of them and just walk down because those people weren't in their seats yet. So it was wide open. And drunk dude's like, hey, Brad, this is my new friends, and all that. And very, like you just said, very unassuming, and could blend in the crowd. No big deal.
Yeah.
This was, I was trying to pull that photo up real quick just so I could look at the date. Because the date, this is one of those things where, back when cameras, this was 2002.
Okay.
So almost 24 years ago.
Yeah. So they were established at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is, this was the band from Escatawpa, Mississippi. I do remember when Poison came on, Bret Michaels acknowledged them. Said it was great to see this new up-and-coming band 3 Doors Down here. Brad, guys, it's good to see you. I thought that was very cool. And now, you had mentioned, once again, because we always do this show before we actually hit the air.
Right.
They have so many songs that they can sing. Them.
Yeah. Right. I looked it up just to be sure I was right, but there's at least eight singles that probably most people know. Yeah, and when we went to the show, if you think about it, they're opening. So they get 40 minutes,
right?
Something like that. They got 8 songs. They throw a couple other little things in there, probably secondary hits of some sort or something from the record. But the majority of their set are songs you already know.
Right. And this is a band that only put out 6 albums. I say only, like we've put out more. They've put out 6 albums. I will read a little bit here. Brad Arnold was from Escatawpa, Mississippi, born on September 27th, 1978. He founded 3 Doors Down in 1996 and temporarily played drums for the group in addition to singing. The band released 6 albums between 2000 and 2016. The singles Kryptonite, Loser, and Duck and Run from their debut album, The Better Life, helped push the band into the mainstream. The album peaked at number 7 in the U.S. and has since been certified 7 times platinum. That's 7 million albums. Of course, the band achieved their first #1 album in 2005 with 17 Days. Super popular band. Brad Arnold, he battled his own demons, but he was able to get through that. Got through all of it, and you go to his shows, man, they're just one of those. I almost want to say like a good old boy band. Just you see them play on stage, and it's like, you know what, I could just hang out with those guys, and being someone that had got the chance to actually meet them outside of their own concert. Totally believe it. I get it. What a fantastic band. Obviously our hearts go out to his family and friends and all the fans that have lost what I would absolutely consider from the 2000s an idol to the music business and everything that he brought.
They were, for that era, really, really big, like really big. And to think, of course, I can't remember exactly when their last record was. It wasn't that long ago. It's one of those that probably didn't do as well at the time, but they don't have to really put out records now. They can, like I said, they can just do these tours with a good support act, well, with a good headliner, and really draw a crowd, and people want to see them. And now, at only 47 years old, that's all done.
Yeah. As we mentioned, Three Doors Down were part of the I'm going to get this wrong, Summer of '99 tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I couldn't remember if that was the name of it. They were out, of course, with Creed, and that was a huge show in itself. But I tell you right now, Three Doors Down did not disappoint. I am super, super stoked to have been able to went to that show or to go to that show and see them with this unfortunate passing. So it sucks, but his memory will remain in his music. I know I, for one, have been playing Three Doors Down music like crazy. I did anyway, but we've reached almost 63 degrees for one day in the last 3 months, and synonymous. Three Doors Down, synonymous with summertime partying, that. So I had to play some anyway.
Right, you were playing the music. We had an interesting moment at my house where the day of the passing, I was in the kitchen in the evening. I think I was making dinner for the family, that kind of thing. And my daughter is in one room, my future son-in-law is in another room, and I start singing Here Without You, just singing along. And then all of a sudden I hear another voice from another room, and it's my daughter. I hear my future son-in-law, her fiance, in the other room joining in, and we're in different rooms, and we're all singing the same song, just having a kind of a neat little moment. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it sucks. Obviously, we never want to start off a show like this. There's always something that seems to pop up. I mean, we just got a notification just right before we went on the show that someone else had passed away at the age of 72, and we were scrambling to figure out who that was. We were like, oh no, here we go again, because we didn't want to fill the episode with that stuff. It's just one of those things. But
but these deaths are the kind of hitting heavy lately. Like you said, this guy is iconic, especially for that period of music. And then, and then of course there's Ozzy, and then we had before that and before that and before that. This has been a rough little run the last few years.
Yeah, it has. Hopefully we calm down for a little bit so we can get through some episodes without our having to do this. So that would be a good thing. But I encourage you, everyone, if you haven't listened to Three Doors Down in a while, jump on iTunes, jump on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. Watch some videos, listen to the music. There's some collaborations between Brad Arnold and some country stars. Just there's a lot of good stuff out there with him, and just hear his voice, listen to that band. Of course, right now we don't know what the future of Three Doors Down is going to be. I seriously doubt that they will even attempt to find a replacement singer. However, it is entirely up to them. But I don't think anybody would be able to sing those songs like Brad Arnold, obviously.
Right. When you lose someone like that, that's kind of almost the heart of the band. He's the founder, writer. He's the engine that drives everything. Um, it's hard to make that decision to move on and find
Right.
somebody else, and then you have to decide what your purpose is. Is your purpose just to go out and cash in on tours using the name, or what do you want to do? You want to make new music? What do you want to do?
Yeah. Well, I will say this: they went out with a bang with that Summer of '99 tour.
Yeah.
You watch that show, watch some of the footage that you can find online. They didn't miss a beat. Brad
Nope.
Arnold was kicking ass. It was fantastic. So, but here we go. We'll move on to some other stuff that's going on. First and foremost, I want to say welcome to everybody who's watching. If you were new to the show, I've already introduced us, and I'm not doing it again. If you're watching on the YouTubes, be sure to hit that thumbs up. That thumbs up helps us out quite a bit. Jump into the chat to say hi. You'll see a lot of our regulars in there, and of course, our moderator extraordinaire. That's what she paid me to call her tonight. Moderator extraordinaire. Moderator Natalie's in there. She's keeping the peace, even though there's a lot of times she is a lot of the cause of the problem herself. So hello to everybody. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Also do us a favor if you listen to this after the fact, and it's not the live episode and you're listening on Apple or Spotify or whatever, give us a review, only if it's positive. Hit the 5 stars. We don't want anything lower than 4. Unless like we have bad hair days or something, then you can throw that down. So 15 inches of snow that we talked about just a few weeks ago. I believe it was 17 inches. It is down to 0.
Man, just a couple days of nice weather.
Yeah.
Has taken care of all this stupid snow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something good that happened. Now you can pick on me, of course, but something really good happened.
I probably will.
So when this snow hit, this apartment that I'm at, Kathy's apartment, I came here to help shovel her out, and I ended up helping her landlord, push some snow around to help her get out, help other people get out, whatever. But I had my fantastic AirPods in my ears and was shoveling and listening to music or whatever. But everyone kept talking to me. So I took the AirPods out, put them in my pocket, did not secure my pocket. So by the end of the day, I am one AirPod short. And these are the really nice noise canceling ones that are quite expensive. The wife bought them for me for Christmas, one year, birthday, something like that. And so, of course, I had to hear about losing said AirPod and in the outdoors, piles of snow everywhere, right? We're pinging it for days, trying to find the location. But, of course, everywhere we walk, there's nothing but snow everywhere, right? We're thinking it's been run over. We're thinking we'll never see this thing again. And today, I have it. I found it. And even better, it works. It works, man.
Did you have to recharge it?
No, it was at 84%.
And how many days?
It's been, 10 days?
That's incredible. Maybe you froze the charge.
Right. The snow pile it was in was one I shoveled. I created. It was.
Well, I wouldn't expect it to be in another pile.
Well, it was 6 feet tall. 5 to 6 feet tall. It was at the very bottom, buried in that snow.
I don't think they pile shit that high. Wait, snow.
It's snow, man. You just chuck it. But yeah, I found it.
Congratulations. I literally did not do the same thing with an AirPod, but I lost a wristband that I couldn't find that I wear all the time.
Yeah.
And when Homeboy was over here and they cleared the driveway, in order for me to give him actually stickers for the podcast, I had to take my glove off. And I think when I took my glove off, the wristband came off with it, and I found it yesterday in the driveway.
See?
Yeah.
When the snow melted.
I'm going to take $100 and lose that out in the snow next time. Just so when it melts, I can be like, look, the snow fairy.
Have you ever like left money in your pocket? You know how you leave money in your coat pocket, and then 6 months later you put the coat on for winter, and oh, I got money, right? I found money.
No.
$20.
No.
Have you ever done that intentionally? I've done that intentionally.
No, because I don't carry cash. So unfortunately, if it were to show up in my pants pocket, it wouldn't be mine.
Why? What do you have against cash?
Nothing.
That's a secure form of payment.
Is it though?
It is, and it's a standard that you need to carry on. At least always have money in your wallet, just in case.
What? I don't even carry a wallet.
What are you, a caveman?
Who carries a wallet nowadays? Let me guess. It's this thick, and you put it in your back pocket, and you have problems with your sciatic nerve.
No, I don't, but I do carry a wallet.
I don't.
Don't tell me you like everything on your phone. Don't tell me.
No.
I
don't carry a folding Velcro wallet anymore because it's 2026. I carry one that just holds my cards and I throw it in my front pocket. So no. You just laughed because I literally described your wallet.
No.
I totally did. It's blue and Velcro, isn't it?
No, it's red.
Pull it out.
The little diver down symbol. That's Velcro. I've had it, gosh, since '83. No.
My point exactly. The chat's going to have a time with that. Yeah. So, hey,
I thought you were going to say you had one of those that go hang on the back of your phone. You know, like that kind of thing.
No, absolutely not. I no, because I'll lose my phone and then I'm screwed and lose everything.
That is cool though. The little thing you're describing that just carries your cards that you need, and that's about it, right?
Yeah, that's it. I think there may actually be $1 stuffed in there somewhere.
Yeah, I carry a wallet for more than just the cards. That which it has other things in it.
It's Velcro and it's from 1987. We do actually have more stories other than just Brad Arnold and Ace's 1985 wallet.
Keep changing the year. It's 83.
Well, that was close. 83, 85, 87. Those wallets lasted a while until you washed them a few times and all that. I'm going to get into this because this is going to be another one where we're just sitting here going, what the heck is going on? It's almost another downer. But one that we absolutely have to get into. For those, I guess, that don't know, because you don't listen to this stuff and know what's going on. If you remember, probably a few months back, we talked about the upcoming Twisted Sister 50th anniversary tour that was going to be taking place this year. Well, about 6 days ago, unfortunately, Twisted Sister announced that they have scrapped this 2026 reunion show after Dee Snider resigned his position as lead vocalist for Twisted Sister. There's a caveat to this.
Wow.
It's not so much the fact that he resigned. It's the reason behind the resignation. And
that's absolute sounding when you say resigned.
It is. It is absolute. It is absolute. This is unfortunate. However, what we can tell you, just based on what we know and different things that we've listened to, back on February 5th, 70-year-old Dee Snider revealed that he had been diagnosed with degenerative arthritis, and had undergone several surgeries for the condition, just to keep going, able to only perform a few songs at a time while in pain. This is a statement from Dee Snider, who says, "A lifetime of legendary aggressive performing has taken its toll on my body and soul. Adding insult to injury, Dee has recently found out the level of intensity he has dedicated to his life's work. I can't read tonight. Has also taken its toll on his heart. He can no longer push the boundaries of rock and roll fury like he has done for decades. The idea of slowing down is unacceptable for me, according to Dee Snider. I'd rather walk away than be a shadow of my former self." That right there is where we get the resignation.
Right.
I will caveat everything else that we're going to talk about in regards to this, but I applaud Dee Snider for doing what he's doing, because he's focusing on himself,
Right.
and doesn't want to leave that memory of what, you might see when you go out and see them, and him not being the Dee Snider that we all know.
Right. Right.
But
Why would you want to go out there and not be 75% even,
yeah.
So if he's going out there and he is in pain, taking a heart risk, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's
No.
worth it. I mean, he's 70 years old, and I applaud him for wanting to do something for the fans and to celebrate the anniversary of the band. But at some point, you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. JJ French, who is, of course, his Twisted Sister's guitarist, basically said that the legendary rock band had no other choice but to cancel the 50th anniversary concerts, and it's obviously because of the resignation of Dee Snider. This isn't something that they take lightly. They're also, there's nothing out there that says that they're trying to find somebody else so that they can continue this tour. It's not going to happen. It's done. It sucks. There's not been a whole lot of information put out by Dee Snider, so you can speculate anything. We've got the statement from him and all of that, but still, who cares? If that's what he has to decide to do, then so be it. I will remember Twisted Sister. They actually put out my favorite Christmas album, A Twisted Christmas.
Right.
Right. It's a classic. But if for anybody that's seen them 3 years ago, when they staged a one-off reunion at the Metal Hall of Fame in California, good job, because you got to see them, and nobody's ever going to get to see them again.
There's a really cool documentary, not exclusively on Twisted Sister, but I can't remember the name of it. But it covered Zebra as well.
Yeah,
and
I know.
maybe one other band.
Viper might know that. If he knows it, throw that in the chat, Viper.
Right, where they talked about how they created that band and then toured through central New York and into New York City and the clubs and all that, what it was like before they got big.
Yeah.
And if you ever get a chance to watch it, I would like to know what it is. I can't remember now, but it was an amazing documentary. I grew to appreciate Twisted Sister a lot more just watching that. And this is before they were big.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh, I'm trying to look real quick since I've got the computer up here.
They were talking about making thousands of dollars just being a club band,
right?
With no record contract. Like they were happy with that. And then it came down to I think when a record company was trying to pick, I think Zebra got picked before them to create their record. And if you know anything about Zebra, that was about 2 records. They're not a bad band, but it just didn't sustain itself. And they actually tour now, believe it or not.
Yeah. In a statement, Eddie Ojeda says, as far as the future of Twisted Sister is concerned, Eddie and I will have, this was from JJ, Eddie and I will have conversations in the next couple of weeks to discuss what, if any, options exist for us to continue. Until then, just know that the SMFs, which is what Twisted Sisters fans are affectionately called, I'm sure you can figure out what SMF stands for. Those around the world are the thing that kept us alive and kept us going, and we love you guys, and we will do everything we can to always live up to your expectations as fans, because nobody understands fandom more than us. That's actually true. We appreciate everything you've done for us, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future. Thank you. So
this is telling me it's called We Are Effing Twisted Sister. Twisted Effing Sister.
Yes.
2014.
Yeah, that was okay. 20. Good grief. Okay.
Yeah, which it covers the 10 brutal years before they broke into MTV stardom. 10 years.
Yeah.
So they were already, well-worn road warriors by then.
Oh, for sure. So there was some other stuff out, they must be, I wonder if they're going to get a new singer, blah, blah, blah. Just stop with that nonsense. I seriously doubt it's going to happen. We're going to go back to the whole Three Doors Down thing or any other band that loses their lead singer. It's up to them. Whatever happens.
Especially an iconic guy,
Right.
Someone that there are bands that replace singers and you don't even notice because they're not as flamboyant or they're not as don't have the stage presence or something like that, or you're not paying attention.
Right. Exactly. We're 15 minutes away from this week's Pour of the Week. I'm excited that segment is back for this week. But while we're on the subject of lead singers, and because the Viper is in the chat, it is once again time to bring up Skid Row, because Skid Row has officially launched online auditions to find their new lead singer. Keep in mind, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks ago, there was a report that they had narrowed it down to a couple people that they are very excited about. What? Now,
and was it last week we talked about they had open auditions?
I'm so confused now. I don't know.
So
However,
now it's online, open and online.
Skid Row has partnered with online music retailer Sweetwater to launch a worldwide search for their new vocalist. The auditions opened, it says today, that was 6 days ago. The auditions opened up 6 days ago and will conclude only when Skid Row has found the right singer to usher them into a new era. This is not a contest or a gimmick, the band said in a statement. It's a genuine search for the right voice, presence, and authenticity to carry Skid Row forward. Hopeful singers can submit their Skid Row auditions through Sweetwater's website after introducing themselves, and I like this, with a short bio and making a case for why they should be the band's next singer. They'll have to include a video of them singing the band's hit songs, 18 in Life and Monkey Business, both of which are to showcase your range and presence. Submissions will be reviewed directly by Skid Row, their management, and Sweetwater. The band will reach out to promising candidates at the email they provided.
Give me a day, and I will lock this job down. I'm going to submit it online, and I am going to AI the shit out of it.
Please do.
And I will lock this down and sound better than Sebastian.
Oh, now I think you're just pushing it.
Well, it's not. It's AI. I can do whatever I want.
No, we don't like AI.
Well, they won't know anything until they actually meet me.
Yeah.
Then
when they say,
out.
okay, go ahead and start singing for us, you just pull out your phone and you hold it up to the microphone and you just start playing.
Right. Yeah, there's an app for that, probably. I'll just channel my voice through the app. I mean, and I'm joking, but man, they would have to really, really watch some of these videos that they've got and listen closely to make sure they're not getting scammed.
Yeah. I'm ready for your audition. I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, it'd be great.
I'm sure it will.
I do like how they picked like Monkey Business. Like if you can sing that,
right.
I mean, that might be one of the. I mean, that whole album, "Slave to the Grind." If you can sing anything off that record, they really should put "Wasted Time" on there.
I think they should do "In a Darkened Room."
Oh my goodness!
I mean, like you just said, it's that whole freaking album.
The whole album. I do know someone that's free. I mean, he does tour and he's getting ready to tour now, but he wants to do it as well.
I cannot wait until he posts on his social media his tryout, his audition tape.
Oh my!
That would be so
good. Will you hit him up on Twitter, X, whatever?
Yeah.
At Sebastian Bach, please send in your audition.
Yeah, submit your audition tape now. Is it a tape? Maybe it's just a video. Like,
we call
upload
it
your stuff.
Right.
Holy crap. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, speaking of surprising auditions, I texted you the other night because I was like, hey, do you watch American Idol? And you were like, sometimes. Well, I love watching the first few episodes because that's when they don't do it so much anymore, but I always like to hear the really crappy singers. But now they just show you all the people that they like, and it kind of makes it boring. However, surprise, we had someone that's literally in a band.
Hang on just a second. I want to say in the chat, Shannon suggested Chris Jericho try out.
For Skid Row?
For Skid Row. And that is funny on two levels. A, he's not nearly the singer Bach is. And two, they had that tiff just a couple of years ago about the lip syncing allegations on Jericho.
Well, now we have two people that we need to try out, Sebastian Bach and Chris Jericho. I'm with Shannon.
We do. That would be fun.
Do it.
Then they can wrestle.
Anyway, back to American Idol. Surprise audition. I had to pause it and I had to take a picture and send it to you because I was shocked. Brett Carlisle, who is from Alabama, that has very little meaning, but you'll understand in a minute. Brett Carlisle from Alabama, the state, not the band, tried out for American Idol. This is a rock vocal, and there's been a handful of the singers from American Idol that have went on to become part of famous rock bands. Adam Lambert, of course, we all know he went for Queen.
Right.
James Durbin ended up with Quiet Riot. Bo Bice with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Now, instead of winning or being on American Idol and going to a band, now if you're in a band, you can go be on American Idol because Brett Carlisle is actually the current lead singer for the iconic Los Angeles band Great White. The cool thing about this audition is
it's not even fair.
It's not fair when you have Mark Kendall and Michael Lardy at your audition playing the instruments so that you can do your song. And for the very first time ever, they sang he sang a stripped version of House of Broken Love. I love that song from Great White.
It's a great
Never
song.
heard a stripped version, but they did. I'm a huge Mark Kendall and Michael Lardy fan. Love those guys. And when I seen them, I was like, wait, what? Because I have to admit, I was tapping through the people I didn't really care about, didn't want to hear. But then I seen a rocker dude, and I'm like, let me back up, and I'm like, that's Mark
Wait,
Kendall. I was like, what? And then I look at
that's
the
the
piano. I'm like, it's Michael Lardy. So
that's
then
the
I had to
first
watch it.
person I saw when you sent me the picture was Mark Kendall. What I like about the article you sent me was it states that he was backed by founding Great White guitar legend. Now, I've always said Mark Kendall never gets the credit he's due for
Yes,
how good he is as a guitar player. So it's nice that they said that. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, and I'm the jury is out for me as far as Brett Carlisle as a singer, especially when the level Jack Russell set is so high. But they like him. I mean, the Great White guys love that guy, and they've
Yeah.
had him for what a couple of years. Has it been a couple of years?
I want to say it's been like 4 because I think it was 2022 when he went when he joined. Yes, 2022
Wow,
when he became the front man of Great White.
wow. Okay, so he's been there a minute, 4 years.
Yeah,
Um, I just I just don't understand the show itself. Are there no rules at all? He doesn't he doesn't per se have a record contract. I think that's part of this.
right.
Like Brett Carlisle doesn't have a contract. You know, he's basically not even really probably a member of Great White. He's their singer that they
Their
employ.
vocalist. Yeah,
Their vocalist, yeah. So I guess if there were rules, that's how you're skirting around them a little bit.
right. But this isn't the first time. And I'm going to bring up what Kathy said in the chat. It may not have been American Idol, but whatever the other one is that Simon does now, had Gurish and the Chronicles,
Yes,
Steel
true.
Panther. So
Yeah,
that was America's Got Talent. No, that's what it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. America's Got Talent.
But I think this is the first time it's been done this way on American Idol. The kicker to this, I don't know if you caught this in this article, but it was and I can't find it anyway. Actually, I'm going to wait because I'm going to find it because I want to get this right.
So
A casting agent reached out to Carlisle about auditioning for American Idol after seeing some videos on social media of him singing. So this wasn't him just
really,
saying, "Oh, I'm going to go do this." A
oh
casting
wow,
agent.
that changes a lot. That changes a
Right.
lot. I thought this was him. I thought maybe this was Mark Kendall saying, "Hey, you know, we're going to set you up, try to help you out,
Him and
and give you
Michael
this
Lardy
audition."
were off and they decided to go out and just help him because he wasn't going to sing that song until they showed up. He was going to, I don't remember what it was. He was going to sing something else. But because they were there, he was like, yep, nope, we're doing a Great White song. And of course, Carrie
Well,
Underwood, being the rocker that she is,
she knew it.
she knew it. Yeah, she was like, oh, sweet. And then, of course, they had to do a little bit of Once Bitten, Twice Shy after it was over. And yeah,
Well,
he got the golden ticket.
I do like the idea of them supporting him, Kendall and Lardy.
Absolutely.
If that was my guy, I would support him too. And it was a fun segment
Yeah.
to watch. You know, I'm just sitting there thinking he's already got a job. You know, uh,
Exactly. Why do we need another
and,
one for him?
and you mentioned, and so did Kathy, Girish and the Chronicles. Um, my thing is with the way music is today, and of course these shows do whatever they want. It's their rules. But I'm not. I don't know who has record contracts and who
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
Because you and I can come to your house and we can record a record and throw it on iTunes. We can record a song
Yeah.
and throw it on iTunes. So um, so much is done DIY that I don't know who does and doesn't have some sort of contract that binds them. So I think some of that allows some freedom for people to go on shows like America's Got Talent or American Idol or something like that.
It does, and I like it. So I'm curious to see how far he's gonna go. I don't know his range. And you know how they do it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. But
Well,
very
yeah,
cool
and will he?
nonetheless.
Well, and going forward, do you continue to sing Great White songs? I don't think
No,
you would.
because I think they end up choosing the songs for him because they want to test his range and see what
Oh
he can do.
yeah, they do. They do weeks, don't they? They have like
Yeah,
'80s week and Elvis week and
something
crap like
like
that.
that. Yeah, because
Right,
you don't
right.
even go to Hollywood anymore. You go to Hollywood Week, which I think is in Nashville.
Oh, come on, are you serious?
Yeah, I
No.
I don't get it. Yeah, you got to
So,
save money. You can't fly everybody to L.A.
but there's a couple things that come out of this type of thing, though. Is also exposure.
Right.
It's exposure. Not that Great White needs a lot of exposure, but it doesn't hurt.
No, exposure never hurts unless it's negative.
And then when you have a band like Garish and the Chronicles, no one knows them.
Yeah,
They're from India.
but they're phenomenal.
Right, they are phenomenal. And remember what I sent you just a week ago.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Right, Garish is the vocalist on the new Joel Hoekstra 13 record.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they knew him prior, but if they didn't, that exposure may have helped.
Yep, exactly. With the slowly running out of time, it is that time for us to jump in and give you the pour of the week. So we won't go any further. We still have a few stories to get into. We'll get into those here in just a minute. Until then, enjoy.
It's time for your Pour of the Week, brought to you by Petty's Poor Decisions, and it's for anyone who likes their music cinematic, modern, and built to hit you in the chest. Straight out of Salt Lake City, Utah, this is Fall of a Tyrant. Modern metalcore and heavy rock laced with progressive twists and dark pop atmosphere, that kind of sound that feels like it's closing in around you. Fall of a Tyrant started making noise in 2014 and got attention fast. Blacklisted Band of the Month, featured in AP Magazine, and awarded Best Upcoming Band the same year. They didn't warm up, they kicked the door in. Right now, Fall of a Tyrant is being driven by Bo Matthewson, who's writing, performing, and recording everything while the project rebuilds and locks in permanent members. That's not a pause, that's a pressure cooker era, and it's sharpened the sound into something meaner and more focused. And here's the core of it. Fall of a Tyrant thrives on dynamic contrast. You get soaring melodic vocal moments slammed hard against punishing breakdowns and intricate guitar work, prioritizing atmosphere, groove, and emotional impact over sheer brutality. If you want the current snapshot of that sound, go hit their latest single, Feel Insane, which was released January 14th of this year. So if you want heavy music that's dark, modern, and cinematic with melody that hooks and breakdowns that bite, this band is for you. TbT and Ace are proud to welcome Fall of a Tyrant as our Pour of the Week right here on the Weekly Pour Podcast.
There you have it. Fall of a Tyrant. This week's Pour of the Week. One of the things I want to tell you about Fall of a Tyrant, just 14 hours ago on their social media, they actually posted that they are thrilled to welcome back Fall of a Tyrant's original drummer, Dale McGrath. With his return, the new album and singles are shaping up to be absolutely incredible. Fall of a Tyrant fans, keep an eye on the page. These new tracks are sounding amazing. Of course, in the show notes, we've got all their socials, so be sure to give them a like. Follow them on everything. Listen to what they've got out there. Really good band. That new song, it's good. It's real good. And I'm going to let you say your part because you said something to me the other day about it.
Well, one thing I wanted to point out, this is the first band we've featured in a few weeks where there's really, really good vocals.
Right.
Like just really solid singing, and I like that. But this was interesting. The song that we just featured, there was pieces of it that reminded me of older Skillet.
Yeah, the Feel Insane.
Yes. And when I told you that, I texted it to you, and you agreed. And that's not a bad thing.
No,
at all, because I think I was thinking of Comatose, actually. is what it sounded like. Just a little hair of that, just a little piece. Yeah, but it rocks, man. It's a good song. I like it.
Fall of a Tyrant, like I said, all their information is in our show notes. So when you're done here, go to those, check out their socials, at least give them a like on everything, and help spread the word, because helping them is what we like to do, especially for bands that don't have a lot of followers or their music's not out there. And of course, if you're listening to this and you know of a band that we should feature as our Pour of the Week, please be sure to let us know by either sending us a text or by sending us an email at theweeklypourpodcast@gmail.com. A couple more stories to get through. Obviously, we're not going to dive head first in this whole Super Bowl thing with the performers and all that. However, there are a couple good stories that came out in regards to this. One of which, of course, was if you wanted to switch the channel from the Super Bowl and you wanted to watch Kid Rock and his performance for the Super Bowl halftime show, which many people did, immediately after that, he was lip syncing. It was lip synced, blah, blah, blah. I happened to watch that one because I wanted to see what the difference was going to be between the highly produced halftime show that the Super Bowl does.
Okay.
And this almost last minute thrown together halftime show. I'll try to be as nice as I can with it. I noticed the delay between the video and the audio. Not once did I sit here and go, he's lip syncing. Maybe just, I don't know why I didn't think it. Maybe it's because sometimes we know how music works. But I also don't see Kid Rock lip syncing to Ball with the Ball. let just sing it. Well, this was out there, always lip syncing, blah, 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 all that stuff. Kid Rock actually came out with a statement and said that, he didn't. He was asked a question. There's a lot of questions about what happened during your first song on stage. And Kid Rock said people were talking about it. It seemed a little out of whack. And it was just out of sync. Because I think it's I think it's known that this was not live. They were pre-recorded.
Well, he was singing live, but they taped this performance.
No, right. The broadcast was not live. The broadcast was pre-recorded, and there's production and all the stuff that goes into things after you record. Except for this show, we don't produce anything. But there's all this stuff that's going on. For whatever reason, there were issues with lining up the audio with the video. I don't get it. I should have put a call into my brother-in-law who does this kind of stuff. But
I think there was another point he made, that there's a DJ that also fills in those parts. They kind of do a back and forth thing, and the camera never showed that the other guy. So
right.
So when I'm watching it, I just watched a clip on I think a reel or something, just real quick, and that was my first impression, was like, oh my God, he's doing a blatantly terrible job of lip syncing.
Yeah.
Then I thought, well, why would he do one so blatantly terrible? I don't think he would do one like just this bad. But it was totally focused on just Kid Rock. So he would pick up at certain parts and sing, or whatever he does on that song. So you can see.
Does that mean there were backing vocals?
Well, that means that he is on the parts he doesn't have to sing, that the DJ fills in. He drops the mic.
Right.
So, but you're still hearing vocal.
Yeah.
But so if they don't show the other singer or the other vocalist, you're assuming that he's lip syncing.
Yeah.
That's why it looked like that. I judge for yourself. He's come out and made this whole statement. There is post-production things that go on that you would think they would be able to figure out how to sync vocals up before they put it on the air. But, I understand his explanation. I think it's plausible.
Right. Nat, she actually put on here in the chat that it was boring, honestly. It was very underwhelming.
That performance?
That entire halftime show.
Really?
I thought was underwhelming. Yeah, just my opinion. I'm trying to steer away from everything else, all the political bullcrap that was involved with people that were supposed to be there that dropped out. So then there
I
was
heard that.
time they had to fill. I think Shinedown was one of them. I don't know. I don't know if they were supposed to be at this or just part of the tour that was going on. But either way, I thought it was very underwhelming. I'm still glad I watched it. I still like Kid Rock. This is the stuff, that was going on back in the day, and just everybody got going, and it was cool.
I didn't know he still played that song.
Yeah, me neither.
You know,
his drummer I have absolutely loved for years, and I don't even know what her name is, and I feel bad.
It's hard to compete, no matter what it is, with the produced Super Bowl halftime show, because
for sure,
as you said, it's so well produced.
Yeah,
no matter who it is.
Exactly. One other thing that I want to mention real quick about this, apparently on the Gutfeld show on Monday morning's episode on Monday morning, February 9th on Gutfeld. I don't even know what it is on Fox News. The band Ratt was mentioned as a suitable halftime performer. Who, of course, they've been on hiatus since 2022, somewhere around there. Gutfeld just basically said something like, yeah, I want Ratt to play. And he was kind of like waiting for the audience to say something. They didn't, so they immediately kind of went on. But hey, Ratt would have been cool.
I love Ratt.
Yeah.
Love Ratt. But there's a certain level that we have to reach in familiarity, and Ratt would not fit that mold.
You can say that word, but you can't say FYI, FIY,
FIY, DIY. Man,
DYI.
My brain was trying to process that too.
Yeah.
But back to is it Gutfeld?
Gutfeld, yeah.
Have you ever watched that show? Ever? One of the best things about that show, the guy looks like that one comedian. Gosh, I can't think of his name now, but he's dead. But the best thing about that show is it's got the Funkasaurus. It's got the Funkasaurus on there. Yeah. Who the heck pulled the Funkasaurus in and said, "We need you to make some political commentary"?
I don't know, and that's why I don't watch it, because I'm not going to watch political commentary. But I'm glad Ratt was mentioned.
And why aren't the Funkadactyls like walking in with him?
And our last story of the day, if you are interested, W.A.S.P has announced that they are going to go on tour in the 2026 on the 1984 to Headless tour. U.S. and Canada, they are going out with KK's Priest as their very special guest. The tour kicks off
Gilbert Gottfried.
That's who you're... No way!
That's
I have to watch now.
Yes, he looks like Gilbert Gottfried.
And nobody in the chat said it, so I'm glad you came up that on your own. Yes, Kathy, W.A.S.P is going to be touring with KK's Priest in the U.S. and Canada for the 1984 to Headless tour. The tour kicks off on September 10th in California and runs through October 31st, so just about a month and a half. Of course, W.A.S.P will be playing the hits from the band's first 4 albums. All over the place, kicking off in California September 10th, and they hit California, Texas, Florida. The closest they are coming to our area appears to be St. Charles, Illinois, or maybe Cleveland, Ohio. And then they jump up to Canada, and they will end the last show in Anaheim on October 31st. So we're talking Halloween in California with W.A.S.P. That's very good. W.A.S.P. will be again offering VIP tickets that fans can have a chance to meet Blackie Lawless, get a personal photo with Blackie, autographs, a W.A.S.P. traveling museum with new items will be added since their last U.S. tour, and you'll be able to take part in a very personal Q&A with Blackie. VIP tickets can be purchased at waspnation.myshopify.com. I'm excited that W.A.S.P. is going out. I hope they sound good.
Well, they do, because there's backing tracks all over that production, but
true.
But they're still live singing. It's a whole thing.
Exactly.
This is an aggressive tour.
It is. KK's Priest is going to be great.
Yes.
They're doing over 40 shows. Somebody said it's going to be an epic metal and steel tour featuring lots of Priest classics. So you cannot go wrong with this tour.
No. I mean, if you like that, I mean, some really, really aggressive, heavy stuff, it's going to be right in your face.
Exactly.
Blackie even brings out that big microphone stand with that he rides kind of thing. Devil horns or whatever it is. I think it's cool, but it weighs like a ton, so it's hard to travel with. But yeah, but he had back surgery a couple of years ago, and ever since then he has been hitting it hard. So good for Blackie.
Yeah, very, very much so. Kudos to them. It should be a pretty good show that we won't get to see. Anyway, that's our show for this evening. We appreciate you guys sticking around for episode 169. Special thanks again to Fall of a Tyrant, who actually allowed us to feature them for our Pour of the Week. Again, check the show notes. Check them out. Tell them TbT and Ace sent you. And as far as that goes, we will see you guys next week, where we may or may not have another Pour of the Week. It just depends. It depends on you.